Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today we're checking out the Strigoi Footsoldiers from Carnevale. So this is actually a follow-up from a video that you will be able to find up here somewhere. I actually reviewed Dracula's box set at some point around 12 months ago. At the time that review was coming out, it had become known that there was a mistake on the website because at the time it was being advertised as a full crew, but it was not a full crew. So as part of that review, I had spoken with one of the designers of the game, and I had offered a couple of options that you could use to bring it up to a full force. This is one of those three options. We'll be taking a look at another one of them at another stage. So this has been a long time coming. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to having a look at these. Carnevale to me seems to be one of those indie games that it really feels like it's on the cusp of becoming a really big thing. And it always feels like it's really, really close to just tipping over that edge. I haven't actually played it. I'm only going on the feeling that I get from the community. Like it's very beloved, this game, and has been for a while. There just seems to be something about it that captures people's attention. I definitely would love to get a game of this at some point. For those of you that are not aware why I haven't played it, it's probably, like, people that's been following the channel for a while probably have a pretty good idea, but I'm actually developing a miniature game of my own at the moment, and that's taking up most of my gaming time, as well as my hobby time, quite frankly. If you'd like to know more about that, you can find more about that up here somewhere. Otherwise, let's have a look at some really pretty models. All right, so have a look at the box art. This gives you a pretty good indication of what comes in the box. So this is our leader, quite clearly. We've got these two feral-looking dudes over here that look like they're straight out of Blade 2. And we've got these more regular-looking people over here that obviously look regular. That is plastic. On the back, we get a view of the actual miniatures themselves. Interestingly, our dude here has been painted with white hair on the back instead of black in the artwork, which is interesting. That's just a design choice. I don't know which way I'm going to paint mine. I haven't painted any of my Strigoi at this stage. I got to say, I really do love the Carnevale bases. I always have. These don't come in this box. You purchase them separately. You do get bases, but they're regular bases. Just looking at the back here, I think this is probably my favorite, just looking at the artwork. Yeah, really, really, really nice. And honestly, a fairly modest looking bag. Our bases are all the same. These are just 30mm bases. That's what you would expect at this point. All right, we're starting here with the main hero. This is the guy that was in the center of the artwork. Really, really love the what looks like the stitching along here with your fancy buckles and everything that's around there. The collars are really nice as well. Casting looks really smooth and crisp. Honestly, I can't see any huge issues. A little bit of flashing in a couple of areas. You would expect that, honestly. And if you've worked with resin, then you should know to expect it anyway. Honestly, this looks really good. That shouldn't be a surprise, honestly. Like, TT Combat have been fairly well known for their quality casting for a while. So, I'm pretty sure these are his arms. I could be wrong on that. The details seem to match up. In the artwork, this right arm is supposed to come across like that, and the left arm kind of continues out. as you can see, there is ball joints, so you could adjust how they fit according to your needs. I will probably build this to look like the artwork personally. I just think it looks really nice. Up next, you will notice slightly different color in the resin. You're going to find this quite frequently. It's nothing to be upset about. It's nothing to be shocked about. It happens in resin casting quite a lot. You will also sometimes see the gradient change or swirls and stuff. It's not unusual. It happens in resin quite frequently. But I always like to point it out. The belt strap around him is really nice and well defined. There's a lot of really lovely detail in that hair as well. These are just going to be gorgeous to paint up, honestly. Looking at the rest of his arms now. Crossbow looks gorgeous. Little bit of a couple of things here to cut off. And then you got the arms there as well. They all look really nice. Up next we have the co-sider. Again, slightly different shade to the other ones that we've seen. All of them seem to be slightly different this time around. Also seems to have a bit of a glossy feel. Just obviously it's just the release agent around the outside of it. All of these are going to have to be washed in warm soapy water. Again, that's fairly normal for resin casting. I'm just going to interesting point up there. So we've got a leg that's separate. Again, like just really, really nice details, honestly. Face doesn't show up on camera very well, but it is quite nice and detailed. It's just the glossy nature of the resin makes it harder to see. I'm pretty sure these are her parts, because very clearly that's the leg that's going up in there. It does look right. We've got one hand there. Here's her other arm. So the way that these have been sculpted, that arm comes down the back. Doesn't quite, obviously I need to trim and everything. And the other one just connects here and kind of continues down in that sort of manner. Quite nice, honestly. Here we have one of our feral guys. Very much a Nosferatu looking type vampire, like with all the hideousness and everything. I like the chains, like they've very clearly been trying to hold this guy back for a little while. Both of these guys come with separate legs. So they are very easy to build, honestly. Like you just put them together. The other one is exactly the same. The sculpting is different. Very clearly based on the same model, but they are different. Legs are different as well. All right, and there we have the unboxing of the Strigoi Footsoldiers. Honestly, the contents of the box looks absolutely phenomenal. The casting is all really smooth. There's no real major defects that I can see. Obviously, because they're resin, I will have to wash these before I put them together and try to paint them. That's not going to be happening today. I will be leaving that for a later stage. They will join my pile of shame, unfortunately, for this at this stage. And that's just purely and simply because I've got other things that I need to concentrate with Entropy City right now. But if I ever get a chance to play Carnevale, I'm definitely using the Strigoi. It's been a game that's kind of been... It's been on my radar for a while. It's just not something I've ever had the chance to play. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. You've made it through to the end of another video. Your next mission is to hit subscribe and comment down below. If you'd like to reach out to the team, consider doing that, gettingtabled@gmail.com. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. For only $2 a month, you get early access to almost every single video that we do. Our most active social media is facebook.com/gettingtabled. It's where you'll find everything first. There's also a Discord. There's an invite on screen right now. If you type that in, it'll give you instant access. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. It's not the most active, but it's something we're trying to use more all the time. Come and check out Jason the Bruce at Twitch. He does both video game and hobby content. And of course, without question, play more games.